Morenci moved its season opener with Scottsdale Christian up a couple of hours to avoid potential weather issues, but Mother Nature had her own plans. However, with no close-by lightning, the teams played through the rain and wet conditions to put the first 2A game of the season in the books. This game is sponsored in part by Rattlesnake Exterminating. Whether you need regular pest control or have bigger problems including termites or bedbugs, Rattlesnake Exterminating is your one call to handle them all. Killer bees threatening your family? Then give Rattlesnake Exterminating a call at 485-8904. Scottsdale Christian came out blazing, and on the first play from scrimmage, the quarterback hit his receiver, who made a move, whoop, and then it was off to the races. And 65 yards later, the Eagles led in front of a stunned Lawson Stadium crowd, 6-0. On its first possession, Morenci moved the ball well on the ground as Michael Casillas shows off his strength. However, the drive ended when Casillas had the ball stripped from him, and it was recovered by the Eagles. The weather certainly helped with a lot of fumbles, and Scottsdale gave the ball right back when its quarterback couldn't handle the low snap, and Tristan Sanchez recovers the fumble at the Eagles' 5-yard line. Morenci capitalized on the turnover with a 1-yard TD plunge by Casillas, followed up by a bootleg 2-point conversion by Dalen Johnson to give Morenci the lead 8-6. The crowd erupted on Morenci's next possession as Derek Sines took the pitch around the left side, and forget about it. He's gone. You're not gonna catch Derek Sines with that attack angle. Sines is just cruising here. Oh my goodness, 85 yards for the score. Casillas then hops on over the 2-point conversion, and the Morenci faithful are enjoying a 16-6 lead still in the first quarter. With the rainy, wet conditions, Johnson did little throwing but showed off his wheels on several bootlegs like this one. From about midfield, fullback Patrick Chavez gets the call, and he's loose! Chavez is in unfamiliar territory, racing in the open field for a huge gain all the way down to the 10 until he's caught. But the big play was negated by a holding penalty. What you do about it? Run it again. Boom! There he goes, Chavez, untouched through the middle, and he's off to the races again, and this time they're not going to catch him as he goes 47 yards for the TD to put Morenci up 22-6 late in the first. With amenities designed to keep patients comfortable and relaxed, Copper Hills Dental is your choice for anxiety-free dentistry. Visit our website and Facebook page or simply call 428-2750 to schedule your appointment today. That's Copper Hills Dental. The Eagles dealt with a crippling blow to open up the second quarter when its quarterback reportedly dislocated his left elbow on this play when taken down on a scramble. The quarterback did not return to the game. Derek Sines caught the ensuing punt on a run at his own 49, and once again, forget about it. Are you kidding me? This kid is gone down the sidelines. One guy to beat. Whoop! Goodbye! And he's in for the 51-yard TD, but hold off on that celebration. The play was nullified by a block in the back. The Eagles' backup quarterback didn't fare too well against the elements in the Wildcats' defense as Sanchez takes him down for a 9-yard loss. A punt attempt then went awry when a bad snap went over the punter's head, and Morenci was gifted excellent field position off a turnover once again inside the red zone. After this Mickey Casillas run, the Wildcats were in business at the Eagles' 7-yard line. Morenci failed to capitalize, however, as a defender played this perfectly and jumped right in front of Sanchez to intercept Johnson in the end zone. Scottsdale then began to find some success in the air of their own and started to move the ball down the field. The backup quarterback then had his best run of the night on a bobbled snap as he took off down the left sideline for a 37-yard gain before being knocked out of bounds. Johnson sought to make amends on defense and sliced in for a 7-yard sack on a broken play by Scottsdale. The Eagles failed to convert on 3rd and 4th down, and the Wildcats went into halftime with a 22-6 lead. Roadrunner Rehab has been helping Gila Valley residents and athletes achieve their peak performance for over 30 years. They are now offering occupational therapy and adult speech therapy to assist in all your rehabilitation needs. Whether they're getting you back to work or back on the field, they're here to help you. Morenci got the ball to start the third quarter, and it's Derek Sines from the 10. Derek hits the middle, and he's gone! Come on, number 1, have you not heard me all game? You cannot catch this man. All you see is a blur of black and red, and that's it. 90 yards to pay dirt, but yet again, another big TD return by Sains is wiped out by a block in the back. With the touchdown erased, Morenci went back to the ground and Casillas to move the chains on a pivotal early 4th down. The drive ended in Eagles territory, however, when Chavez coughed it up and Scottsdale recovered. Special teams played a role through the possessions, as Morenci's punter pinned Scottsdale at the goal line after the muff punt, but the returner shrugged off a speeding Gavin Baca and brought it out to the 23. Scottsdale was called for holding on the play. The wet conditions then came into play, with Johnson mishandling the snap and Scottsdale recovering the fumble. And on a subsequent possession, Johnson goes back to pass, and there's nobody to cover his blind side as number 22 comes free from his linebacker spot to force the fumble. But just a few plays later, the Morenci pressure gets to Scottsdale's quarterback, and he tosses one up for grabs that Baca takes, even though he lost about 15 yards in field position doing so, since it was 4th down. Kainoa's Hawaiian Grill is the spot in Thatcher to enjoy healthy Hawaiian food with a friendly atmosphere and great service. Order in person or by the phone or online to see the tasty treat everyone is talking about. That's Kainoa's Hawaiian Grill. Morenci's defense continued to abuse Scottsdale's players as the 4th quarter commenced, with Austin Nelson ending this scramble and this utter demolishing by Sanchez on a 4th down for the turnover. The quarterback didn't see him until right at the last second, and BAM! It was too late. Good night, Irene. Morenci looked to put the game away with its fullback Chavez doing the tough running, but Chavez breaks away. Chavez? Yeah, that Chavez busts another big run going 34 yards to the 11. Morenci's looking to score, but Johnson can't handle the wet football. However, he wisely falls on it to retain possession at the 5. The seas then parted thanks to Morenci's front line, and Casillas skated in for his 2nd TD on the night. Johnson tossed the 2-point conversion to Sanchez for good measure, as Morenci defends its home turf in the season opener with a 30-6 victory over Scottsdale Christian. Optimal Health Systems in Pima is the original whole food supplement company with its high-potency whole food formulas absorbable at the cellular level. Come into OHS today and try our blend of supplements that thousands of doctors and athletes have used for decades.
Kudos to those kids, man, for coming out and dealing with adversity. The weather wasn't ideal. Scottsdale Christian's got a great team. They had to put together a great early drive, and then our kids buckled down and got after it. Couldn't be prouder of them. The biggest thing is we got to clean up the penalties. You know, I think we left 2 or 3 touchdowns off the table there because of penalties. If we clean those up, we'll be all right. And a couple of those ones that they caught us were just a block away. So if we clean up a couple of those things, we're gonna be tough. We've got a tough schedule here. You know, schedule makers want us to get better. That's great. Great opportunity for our kids. We're excited.
Reporting for the Gila Herald from Lawson Stadium in Morenci, I'm John Johnson.